President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is accusing Mr. Peter Obi of inciting Nigerians to protest against his government. There is a planned August 1st protest that is termed End Bad Government that has infiltrated every part of the country. This protest first gained traction in the north, the northern part of the country that has been bewailed with a lot of insecurity, hardship, poverty. Out of school children could not take the suffering anymore, and they decided to protest against the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And of course, the presidency was rattled with the planned protest, and a lot of propaganda too has been unleashed to stop the protest. One of such too was using the imams in the north to tell the northerners that protest is haram, that they should not protest against the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Unfortunately for them, these northerners rejected the call not to go ahead with the planned protest by telling their imams that they will protest on the 1st of August. On saying that they could not stop the northerners from protesting by telling them that protest is haram, they used another form of propaganda to try to stop them from protesting. One of such propaganda was telling them that this protest was being sponsored by the Igbos. An imam in the north was heard telling the northerners that they should not join the Nyamiri people, aka the Igbo people, to protest against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. According to him, the Igbos are angry that they lost the election. They want to use the protest to overthrow the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. Again, that did not stop the northerners as they insisted that they will protest. In all of this, the people down south, especially the Igbos, they've remained calm. They've told themselves that they are not going to be part of this protest, because when you want to kill a child, you always give the child a bad name. The NSAS protest was termed an Igbo protest, and this same protest is equally being termed an Igbo protest. Ever since Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, protests has occurred in the north, in the southwest, but protest has not occurred in the southeast. The Igbos, they are saying they are okay with the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and they are not going to protest. In a shocking turn of events, maybe being buoyed by what has happened in Kenya, the protest that is being planned in the north has spread across every other part of the country, and it is now gaining momentum. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been rattled with the spread of this protest. He tried to do his bidding to stop the protest, and one of the things he also tried to do is to donate 20 trucks of rice to each state of the federation. According to him, the people are hungry, and a hungry man is an angry man. Giving them food, giving them rice to eat will stop them from protesting. But donating 20 trucks of rice has not stopped the call for protest. The lawmakers, they are also rattled because this protest is not going to spare them. On the floor of the National Assembly, they've called for the DSS to go after those responsible for planning this protest. They may equally be dialogued or arrested. These National Assembly members, they've gone ahead and slashing their salary by 50% for 6 months. But that's not all. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has equally approved a 70,000 naira minimum wage. This is all in a bid to stop this protest. It is important to know that Sowore is an activist. He has seen what is happening in the country, and Sowore always likes to insert himself with anything in protest. He has hijacked this protest to his Revolution Now protest. He's one of those that is calling for this protest. There is equally Sean Kuti, the son of the legendary Fela Kuti. There is Very Dark Man. There is Deji. All these people are not Igbos. All these people are not supporters of Mr. Peter Obi. But guess what? The presidency, they've released a memo saying that Peter Obi is responsible for this planned protest. And according to them, Peter Obi will be held responsible if there is any damage, if there's any breach of security that is caused because of this protest. One of the most rudderless, senseless old man we've ever seen in our generation, Bayo Onanuga, who is a media aide to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, took to his Twitter account to tweet rubbish against Mr. Peter Obi, indicting him for this planned protest. And I'm going to be reading everything he said about Mr. Peter Obi regarding this planned protest. He said, reviewed, Peter Obi supporters are the people planning mayhem in Nigeria. Obi should be held responsible for anarchy. Don't be fooled. The malcontents planning to stage nationwide protests are supporters of Peter Obi, the failed presidential candidate of the Labour Party, and he should be held responsible for whatever crisis emanates from the action. The protest planners are also the same people who were instigated by IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu to launch the destructive EndSARS protest in Nigeria in October 2020. EndSARS began as a genuine protest by youth against the police special anti-robbery squad. Notorious for its high-handedness, IPOB members planning to extricate the southeast region from Nigeria infiltrated the protest and hijacked it for their own agenda. Lagos still bears the scar of the malicious destruction by IPOB element till today. 2 years after EndSARS, the IPOB and the Global Innocent joined the Labour Party in 2022 to support Peter Obi, a sympathizer of their cause. They are the people spreading the hashtag #EndBadGovernance, Tinubu must go, and the Revolution 2024. They are not Democrats but anarchists. They are attempting to call out our people via propaganda because their messiah, Peter Obi, failed to win the presidency in 2023 election. As bad losers, they don't have the patience to wait for another election in 2027. They will rather destabilize Nigeria by staging a civilian coup against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If they understand the meaning of their hashtag, they will realize their clarion cause for treason. Wanting to end an elected government is high treason. Wanting revolution is a call for a coup d'etat, which is also high treason. I've been on the trail of one of the protest planners, who is nameless but claimed to have an internet radio station, PTM 100.88 Abuja. The anonymous person joined X on August 2022 and has 520 followers today, among who are FC Yusuf, another Rapid Obi supporter, and Professor Pat Untomi, a Labour Party chief, and a guy on X who goes by the pseudo name Peter Obi First Son. PTM profile image has someone holding the inscription "Certificate Forger, not my president," with a photo of Peter Obi as an insert. Only Obi supporters will be talking about certificate forgery long after the Supreme Court dismissed the allegation. In the past 24 hours, this faceless ex-user has been whipping up the gullible to join the protest being planned and also posting the activities of his messiah, Peter Obi. He retweets Peter Obi often. Let me skip some part of what he posted and go straight to other part. He said, security agents should by now begin to interrogate this agent of destabilization. There is no country in the world where people are not going through some economic challenges and where the cost of living is not a major issue. No country is immune from economic turbulence at the moment. Civilized and democratic people wait for another election to make leadership changes. They don't trigger mayhem in their countries by staging protests, the end of which nobody can predict. Nigerian citizens must consider the government attitude and concern about the cost of living crisis when deciding whether to join the protest by the Labour Party and IPOB supporters. The Tinubu government has not been found wanting in this regard. The minimum wage has been increased by more than 100%. Loans are being disbursed to students in tertiary schools. A credit corporation has been launched to promote consumption credit. Palliative, including the latest distribution of 740 trucks of rice to the 36 states and Abuja, are being rolled out. Businesses such as pharmaceuticals are being assisted. The federal and state government are investing heavily in agriculture to produce more food. The economy is improving, inflation is slowing, the national debt has been reduced in dollar terms, and the FELS has increased revenue generation to record levels. Investors are coming back to our country. Our stock market is the best in the world with a 33% return on investment. President Tinubu has a 4-year mandate to run his agenda. Those calling for protest should wait till 2027 to either re-elect him or elect their messiah, Mr. Peter Obi. Like I said, the easiest way to kill a dog is to give that dog a bad name. Igbos are always their soft target. That's the reason ever since Bola Ahmed Tinubu took over as a president, the Igbos distanced themselves from anything protest. You saw what happened during the EndSARS protest. It was tagged an Igbo protest. To the best of my knowledge, the first time I heard about this protest, it was being organized in the north. Northerners were the one that called for this protest. They are the ones that have been circulating these flyers about ending bad government until Showere inserted himself into that protest and started his revolution. Now, you have very dark man who has talked about the protest. You have Deji that have talked about the protest. You have Shenkuti that have talked about the protest. Now, in the post made by Bayo Onanuga, he completely ignored all these people and was calling the names of those that were lending their voices to the protest. Why? Because they want to hinge everything on Mr. Peter Obi. The people are protesting because of hardship. The people are protesting because of insecurity. The people are protesting because of bad government. The people are protesting because of hunger. The people, they are protesting because of inflation, because of the high interest rate. And P2P is not the cause of any of these things. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's the one that oversaw the increase in everything that the people are complaining about. Why is Bayo Onanduga trying to finger Mr. Peter Obi in any of this? Peter Obi is not the cause of the failure in leadership in Nigeria. But again, the only reason why they are mentioning Peter Obi is because they know something, and that is the fact that Peter Obi has a voice and he controls larger percentage of the population in this country. These people know that Mr. Peter Obi won that election fair and square. They know that they rigged their way into the presidency. They know that Peter Obi is the people's mandate, and that is the reason why they are trying everything possible to target him. Nigerians are complaining about bad government and they want to protest. So why are they mentioning only Peter Obi supporters? Why not Atiku supporters? Why not Kwankwaso supporters? Peter Obi is not the only presidential candidate that contested the last election. Why are they not mentioning other presidential candidates? Why is it only Mr. Peter Obi? There is only one explanation to this, and that is the fact that Peter Obi is their main target. And the reason why Peter Obi is the main target is because Peter Obi won that election square and fair. With Peter Obi in the mix, 2027 is going to be very, very harder and difficult for them. They might not be able to rig the 2027 election the way they rig it in 2023. So the only way they can break Peter Obi's rank is by tagging him, attacking him, and putting all sort of propaganda against him so that Nigerians can see Peter Obi as an enemy of the state. They want to do everything possible to ensure that they scatter the supporters of Peter Obi, and one thing they are gunning towards is to arrest Mr. Peter Obi. Peter Obi has always alleged that they want to arrest him, and that is what they want to do. Now with this protest, I am sure that they are going to stage a counter protest, which is going to be bloody, and at the end of that protest, they are going to say that Peter Obi was the one that caused this protest. This is the same man that told the supporters to be calm. This is the same man that told the supporters not to protest when the election result was announced. Now, this is the same man that they want to put the protest upon him so that they can have an avenue to arrest him. But that is going to be a very dangerous game they will be playing. Any attempt to arrest Mr. Peter Obi will be very, very dangerous to them. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.